Hi guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. So, this channel is about weight loss, veganism, whole food plant-based veganism with no oil, and it's about my weight loss journey. I've lost 55 pounds so far. I'm hoping to lose like maybe 20 more pounds of fat, so that can be body recomposition, which just means that you kind of turn your fat into muscle, so you aren't losing weight, but you're losing body fat and turning that into muscle. So I'm going to talk about how I lost 55 pounds, and I do it with no calorie restriction. I can eat as much as I want. I feel awesome. I have so much energy now, and like, it's amazing. So I just want to talk a little bit about that as kind of an introduction to my channel. And I should have a video posted about what I looked like before. It wasn't at my highest weight. My highest weight was 202 pounds, which is crazy, but the video, I think I was at like 185 or 190 in the first video, and it kind of shows how I look at the time and everything. It's not the best quality, but you can kind of tell. And then I'm gonna do kind of what I look like now and show you guys what I look like now that I've lost 55 pounds. And so let's talk about what I eat. So normally I will have oatmeal for breakfast, and no dairy, so no butter, no milk, or anything like that. I just put water in it. Sometimes I'll do like a splash of soy milk or something like that. My favorite is banana bread oatmeal, so I put bananas in it, cinnamon, vanilla, and it's super good. And then maybe some dates. I like to use dates instead of sweetener when I can, like if it's in oatmeal or maybe if it's baked or something like that. Or I'll use maple syrup, which it's, in my opinion, better than sugar. So, so that's my favorite breakfast. And then for lunch, I'll try to do like a Buddha bowl or power bowl or whatever you want to call it. It's just like a salad, but you add in grains or or like beans, and then the dressing would be like maybe a little bit of tahini or salsa, maybe some guacamole, but I don't do avocados that often because they are higher in fat. So, okay, maybe we should back up a little bit and talk about the parameters of what I eat, or the guidelines that I follow. So, I follow a diet that was kind of created by Dr. McDougall, who is a phenomenal plant-based doctor, and he runs a program in California that helps people. He specifies in helping people with diabetes get off their insulin, and it's only a 10-day program. I think maybe there's a longer program though for like actual diabetics that go there specifically for that, but I know there's a 10-day program, and people go there with diabetes, and they're on insulin. They might be on a lot of insulin, and they can get off of it, or at least like over 50% of a reduction in insulin within like the first few days. So it's pretty remarkable. And what he teaches is vegan, but whole food plant-based, because it's not based off of ethics, it's based off of health. So whole food plant-based, which just means you're not eating anything processed. So you're eating from the produce section, you're eating from the bulk section where they have the grains and the beans. The only processed type things you would want would be, excuse me, maybe like no salt added canned veggies or canned tomato sauce, or you could get maybe some salsa that didn't really have sugar or salt in it. You can also eat whole grain like bread products and pasta, that's perfectly fine. And you can actually eat as much as you want, but they are higher in calories, so if you are trying to lose weight, you might want to limit them, but there's nothing inherently wrong with whole grain pastas and breads. And I eat them regularly, and I've lost 55 pounds, so carbs are awesome. And so, yeah, basically you would be eating veggies, fruits, grains, legumes, and starches are the staple in the diet. So kind of if you're coming from a standard American diet or SAD diet, is you replace the meat, which is normally the centerpiece of the American diet. You replace that with starches, so potatoes, sweet potatoes, beans, anything that's like a heavier vegetable, and brown rice, that's a big one. I usually have brown rice or potatoes or beans for my starches, and I eat these things every single day, at least 2 meals out of the 3. My first meal is usually oatmeal. I guess you could count that as a starch, but it's more of a grain. And so these satisfy you because they're slightly higher in calories, but so another huge part of the diet guidelines is that you want everything to be low in fat, which whole plant food is naturally low in fat, except for nuts, seeds, and avocados, and olives. But basically, you can eat as much whole plant foods as you want, and you'll be around 8 to 10% fat. It's important to stay low fat because Dr. McDougall always says the fat you eat is the fat you wear, and basically our bodies are designed to, when we eat fat, to take that fat and just stick it immediately into our fat cells, because we use fat as reserve calories for when there's a famine, but there's no famine nowadays, so it just goes straight to our, butts and our hips and our stomachs and stays there. So we want to keep it low fat in a healthy way. You're not buying packaged low fat products. We're eating low fat whole plant foods. So it's super healthy, super natural, and I have so much more energy now. It's crazy, and some people say, well, low fat's gonna mess up your hormones or something like that, or your skin's gonna dry out or something, and that's just ridiculous. Naturally speaking, we are meant to eat low fat because we are meant to eat whole plant foods, because that's what's found in nature, and that's what we've been eating for hundreds if not thousands or millions of years. So it's perfectly fine to eat only 8 to 10% calories from fat. I feel fantastic. I keep saying that, I know, but I do. And most people in the United States eat around 35 or so % of their diet from fat, and that's a crazy amount of fat. And it's usually from like fried foods and like trans fats and things that are super bad for you and can promote cancer and all kinds of different diseases. So kind of went on a rant there, but oh, and also no oil, which is a huge thing because oil is 100% fat. It's pure fat. So no olive oil, no coconut oil, no avocado oil, no whatever oil, doesn't matter. Just stay away from that. It's horrible for weight loss. It's been shown to clog arteries and things like that. It's bad for your heart. So just stay away from oil. And there's plenty of ways that you can cook without oil. Just, you learn how to use seasonings and spices, and there's no issue at all there. So, and even in baking, there's oil replacements and all those things you can Google. Super simple stuff. But I'll definitely be talking about that stuff in future videos. And it's exciting to learn new ways to cook too, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome because I can make this healthy, I can eat as much as I want, I'm still losing weight, I feel fantastic, all this stuff. And it's like such a small change, you know, once you get used to it in maybe a month or so, you know. So it's just been such an amazing journey. Everyone says journey. But it really has been, and I'm super satisfied with my results so far, how I feel, and how sustainable it is. Like, I know that I can do this for the rest of my life. And once I get to the weight that I'm happy at, either I'll naturally stay there, but if I keep losing weight, then I'll just up my intake of like breads and pastas and avocados and nuts and seeds, because those are kind of the higher calorie health foods. So we'll see what happens, but I feel like once I lose a few more pounds, then I'll naturally stop losing weight. And also, I'll just touch on this in this video, but I started strength training and lifting heavy weights almost 7 months ago now, and that's simply because I have so much energy now that I need an outlet for it. And exercise is actually enjoyable. It's weird. It's like, oh yeah, you love exercise, but yeah, you don't really, you just say that, you know. Well, actually, no, I actually do enjoy it. And I never thought I would be someone that actually would enjoy and be self-motivated to go work out because of the feeling it gave me. But turns out, if you're feeding your body an adequate amount of carbs that it craves for energy, and you're actually getting the energy that you're supposed to be getting, then your body actually craves activity. So it's something to think about. Maybe you only don't like exercise because you're not eating right. It's definitely possible. So, and it took me about almost a year to really start wanting to exercise. So, you know, it takes some time. You're not going to want to start, you know, running a half marathon overnight once you start eating potatoes or something like that. It's probably going to take a little while, but, you know, the more you do it consistently, the more you're going to notice your energy levels rising, and the more you're probably going to feel like, oh, I want to get up off the couch and be productive and, you know, do something. And it's kind of a cycle that feeds itself in a very positive way, and it's awesome. So now I'm gonna do a little body update in the mirror, so let's go check that out. Alright, so here is my updated body update. Hold on, this thing's always dirty. There we go. So this is how I look now. I've lost 55 pounds. From my first video, I've lost 45 or so pounds. But I look a lot better. And I've been weightlifting too. So it's diet and exercise. But honestly, even if I wasn't weightlifting, I would still be able to lose weight pretty much effortlessly, because the diet is so low in calories and so satisfying. But this is how I look now, and I have about maybe 20 more pounds to go, maybe lose 10 pounds of fat and then recomposition the other 10 into muscle. That's kind of what my goal is, but we'll see what happens, because I don't know how I'm going to look, you know, 10 pounds from now, so we'll see. But I'm pretty happy with my results so far. Okay, so I don't want to make this first video super long, so I'm pretty much just going to end it here, and then I'll figure out maybe what you guys want to hear in the next video. One thing that I'm still struggling with is acne, as you can see, but I've kind of been going overboard on the oil for the past month or so, and I've been really good the past few days, so I'm really trying hard to stick with it. Oil is in everything, and it's one of the things that I struggle with sometimes. Next video, we'll figure something out to talk about. I'll show you some food that I make, maybe something like that. Maybe show you what's in my pantry or my fridge. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be uploading videos once a week. Hopefully. But thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.